Captain's Log, Subdates 200724.5. The last remaining mermaid has decided to commit Sudoku. F for that mermaid. I'll keep the trebuchet as a rather pleasant memento. It is now 2 weeks until the new submarine catches up. Welcome everyone to This Week at Twitter. Today we have quite a lot to go through, so I thought perhaps we would start with this. Am I the asshole for telling a social worker the real reason my sister wants a foster kid? The posts are quite long, and can be summarised as follows. The sister wanted to foster children to act as slaves. Proof of that is when she wanted a teenager, not a kid, so that the teenager could act as a babysitter for her own children. Her logic being, I want a kid around 16 or 17, someone who may have been in the system for a while. They can share a room with your nephew, or sleep in the garage. They can help me with housework, chores, cook, and help me with my business. Also babysit the kids so me and Bob can go out sometimes and have some alone time. They'll be so grateful for a home and won't complain. Clearly this person knows nothing of teenagers. I won't have to pay them at all, and when they turn 18, I can just sign up for another foster kid. People like you don't deserve to have children. If you think their only existence or purpose in existence is to be a lackey and take on some of those burdens you brought upon yourself by having children. Does this make you an asshole? No, it makes your sister an asshole. You are right to tell social services. Next we go to Buttons, who has decided, because this is the place for it, to take a Twitter thread and post a profound statement. This profound statement being, the world is political. You're exposed to political ideas every day. Your life has been a part of politics since the day you were born, whether you understand this or not. The hospital you were born in was decided by factors of your government. It is impossible to escape political issues and ideas forever, and so on, and so on. Ending on, there's politics in Tetris as well, yo. The point being, everything is politics, so when someone doesn't like politics, they're in fact lying. I feel like I've made that a lot simpler for you. 250 character limit, and you have exposed everyone to 2,000 characters. I know this because the thread is 8 tweets long, and I'm not reading all of them. Seriously. Thank you, Captain Obvious, Buttons McGillicuddy, for very kindly telling us what we already knew, but expect hate for daring to say there's politics in Tetris. Next we go to another installment of Americans Ruin Absolutely Everything. With this video, what I saw there was my life flash before my eyes. I could feel the calories be absorbed into my body from looking at it through a screen. I might not need to eat for a couple of days, and it is highly likely I will be in the bathroom for just as long. Why on earth did you have to make the bagel rainbow-coloured, though? It wasn't like it made a bloody difference to that heart attack. Moving on from that video, I would like to show you some Trump derangement syndrome in 2020, where somebody has bought a Trump hat, and the packer of the aforementioned hat has decided, nah fam, Trump must know I don't like him, and the customer is clearly wrong here, so I must be 100% uber professional, like this. Due to a copyright claim, there is no audio for the remainder of this clip. You're all welcome. To the record company in question, go fuck yourselves. I'm starting to see why you lost your job now. It could be because you recorded it on your own phone, but also likely because you damaged product. In keeping with the theme of Trump derangement syndrome, whether you believe it to be a thing or not, it doesn't really matter. It does, however, paint a damning picture and gain some legitimacy when people obviously smash products up. It is also apparent when others decide they won't live their lives to the fullest or the best, and then they'll say it's because of things like conservatives or Trump. So take, for example, Gina Harrison here, who has a niece that is now 30, but is so unhappy and bitter that she refuses to have children as a protest against conservatives. I was going to insert a rather callous remark about attractiveness, not going to do that. Was going to insert another one about when baby boomers were prevalent, but again it's not really relevant. I do think though, if you're going to then stop living your life, even if you yourself want to live your life, because of those in political office, you are stunting what limited time you have, because reasons, rather pathetic ones I might add. If you want to have kids, have kids. Don't not have kids because of conservatives. They'll always exist. Always. The next video I'm going to show to you was sent to me by Credible Threat on Twitter. Go give Credible Threat a follow if you're at all interested in supporting their shitposting quality. The video is in and of itself amusing, and I will admit, I did watch this on loop for a good 10 minutes. Because let's face it, the sexiest pose you can think of is face down, arse up. I'm sure many people have heard of pop vinyl or Funko. They're those figurines in boxes, and many collect them. Some are bobbleheads, some glow in the dark, some are, air quotes, limited edition, some are dioramas. It depends entirely on the market, and I'll be honest, there is a pop Funko for nearly everything. There's even me, it's called Blue Zoidberg. The point is, they are quite popular though. With that comes a fan base, and with that fan base come detractors. I personally do have some, because I have a subscription box with my geek box, like Loot Crate, and I usually get one in those every month. I have one complete set, and it is actually the Avengers Endgame set, and I have some random ones Cthulhu inspired and a giant Kraken on my desk. Pop Funko was trending on Twitter, and most of the tweets surrounding this trend was just people bashing those that collect them and the models themselves, the figurines. I would argue, yes, they are not the kind of toy you play with, and people who just keep them in a box, you suck. The ones I have are all out of their boxes because I don't care for the boxes. I will finish by saying, though, there is nothing inherently wrong with those that collect pop vinyl or Funko figurines. It is a hobby for some, and there is nothing wrong with that. There's equally nothing wrong, though, with people bashing them, because there will always be criticism for anything that exists. It's just funny that most of those that criticize them while sounding like a boomer by saying, they're not like the toys I used to play with, which is tragic. The New York Post earlier this week posted a picture of Zac Efron. One was from his scene in Baywatch where he is ripped beyond belief. The other, not so much, looking a bit older, a bit worn, and nowhere near as toned muscular, but still very muscular. This could be a debate for all of you in the premiere chat, and perhaps those of you watching this afterwards. Does that look like a realistic dad bod, or is this dad bod shaming? Or is it just really stupid to call that a dad bod? I'll let you decide. I know what side I stand on. If that's what dad bods look like, I'm just going to say, to all those guys with the beer guts, you have the wrong dad bod and you should be ashamed of yourselves. The final story comes from Jess Phillips, who yesterday on Twitter proved that she, being on the left, is completely incapable of understanding a meme, much like many of those that follow her, who then also proved at the same time they don't understand memes. Sorry, somehow lost the first bit of thread there. Let's start again. 1. Yesterday I was alerted to a completely fake headline that was being put on at Twitter about me. That puts my family and staff at risk of violence. It is completely fake. Of course it's fake, because literally no one in the UK is thinking this. The format is from The Guardian, was The Independent. One of those two. This format has been used time and time again with nonsensical headlines and a moron to the side. The headline reads, "Whilst some around her were losing their heads, Shamima Begum kept hers. She would make a fine Labour MP." They're not wrong? I'm joking. The meme is a joke. It's an obvious joke. No one likes Shamima Begum in the United Kingdom, I promise you that. She carried on the Twitter thread 3 more times. And I'll be honest, these fake Guardian headlines, I think it's The Guardian, have been going around for years. How dare someone use satire, I guess. With what we cover here, because we are done, I'd love to know what you think. As a final thing, there's a new video on Moistski Live. I'm not streaming tonight on Twitch or on Moistski Live, in fact, because I'm going fishing. But I will be tomorrow streaming on Twitch and, of course, Moistski Live. So if I don't see you there tomorrow, have a cracking weekend. And thank you all for listening.